Chapter ESME. ESME picked up a small pebble, leaned over the well, threw it there, and whispered something. "Well, what are you doing?" "Nothing." "How can you not believe yourself?" "Well, sometimes it is hard to believe, even in the most ordinary things. I feel like I'm sleeping now." "What do you want to see to believe?" As soon as ESME finished the sentence, they heard a terrifying hubbub below. The ground trembled under their feet. Kenneth pulled ESME closer to him, trying to hide her from the coming uncertainty. "Oh, you know what this is?" An evil grin appeared on ESME's face. "I just want you to believe me." A pillar of living darkness rushed from the well, eclipsing the sky. Old masonry succumbed to the pressure of the unknown and fell to the ground in pieces. Kenneth pulled ESME closer to the ground and covered her. A horrific scream was spreading throughout the neighborhood. "What's this?" "Look!" Kenneth was looking up at the seemingly endless stream of darkness until he saw the silhouettes of ravens. Kenneth was terrified. ESME jumped up and stood with her back to the well. "What's happening?" Kenneth got up but was afraid to come closer. It seemed to Kenneth that ESME's eyes were filled with fire. "You know everything." "What do you mean? What is this all about?" "You could have prevented it if you believed me." "It's not my fault." "No, no, no." ESME waved her hand, and a pillar of ravens immediately repeated her gesture, knocking Kenneth off his feet, as if she was in complete control of them. Kenneth was flung a couple of meters to the side. "All you had to do was trust me, just for once." After leaving the well, the ravens flew into the sky and began to circle around the Murphy family plot. "Sorry." "What difference does it make now? It's too late." "Why is it late? What can I do to make you forgive me?" "Come to me." Kenneth walked over to ESME, standing on the edge of the well. "Stand beside me." "Oh, it's dangerous. Get off." ESME got angry. "Trust me just for once." Kenneth climbed to the edge of the old well and took ESME's hand. What's next?" "Don't you understand anything?" Kenneth decided to bring the situation under control, seized ESME, and tried to get down from the flimsy masonry of the well. However, once he tried to move, he froze in the air. Kenneth couldn't move a finger. Esme giggled. What is happening? I'm not doing anything. It's all your fault. Esme recoiled from Kenneth, who was stuck in the air between the well and the ground. Let me go! I said I was sorry! How did you do it? Esme defiantly rolled her eyes. I'm telling you, I have nothing to do with it. What do you want? Esme waved her hand toward Kenneth, who was carried back to the edge of the well. What if I told you Baloo was alive? Would you believe me? Enough! Here we go again. I'm such a little girl. This is all my fantasy, right? Kenneth got angry and couldn't help himself. Yes! Esme sadly moved her gaze to the floor. I'm sorry. He tried to approach Esme again, but something held him back. I just saw his grave. You say bad things. You hear that? Somewhere in the distance, he heard Baloo's barking. Kenneth froze, numb from head to toe. Are you still in doubt? It was definitely Baloo's barking. Kenneth could not have confused it with anything else. Kenneth fell to his knees, clutching his head, trying to drown out the soul-rending barking. Esme's face changed. I'm sorry, brother. Come on. I just wanted to teach you a lesson. I thought it would be fun. Look, he's coming this way. Kenneth didn't know what to expect from Esme, but he was tired of what was happening, so he just watched. See him? It was dark. Kenneth couldn't see anything. Don't scare him off. He's just afraid of monsters. Well, how did it end up here? Show him the collar. Esme, please. Just trust me. Well, that's enough. This is his grave. Kenneth pointed to a rickety hill with a small cross he had made himself. No one is there. See for yourself. With excitement, Esme fell on her knees beside the grave and began to scatter stones with earth to the side. Stop it! Kenneth rushed to Esme's side, but it was too late. When he came up, Baloo's grave had been excavated. What? What? But he was here. I told you. He just ran away. There was a noise from the side of the bushes, revealing someone's presence. Take off the collar. Show it to him. Kenneth awkwardly unhooked the collar from his backpack and clutched it in his hand, staring into the darkness. Don't be afraid. Give it to him. Kenneth knelt down and gently moved his hand with the collar towards the bushes. It became quiet. Nothing happened. Kenneth turned his head to Esme, giving her a questioning look. Wait, he's just scared. Suddenly, out of the darkness, he heard leaves rustling and stomping of the dog's paws. Kenneth got knocked down. It was Baloo. Baloo! Baloo! Kenneth was filled with tears of joy. Baloo threw him on his back and licked his face, wagging his tail. Oh, stop it, Baloo! Kenneth got to his feet, picking up the fallen collar. He tried to put it around Baloo's neck, but he was jumping around Kenneth as hard as he could. Hold him! Hold him! Let's put the collar on! After they managed to put the collar on Baloo, the three of them sat down on the ground. Well, I'm sorry I didn't believe you. I'm not upset anymore. It was dawning. Kenneth couldn't stop looking at Baloo. Oh, you must be very hungry. Let's go inside. We have to show you to Mom. The noise came from the side of the pier. Now, Baloo will help us. Come, quickly. Esme and Kenneth walked carefully to the entrance of the shed. Near the wound-up boat sat, crouching, a huge, hunched monster, like a locust, and it was looking for something in the water. Kenneth, standing behind him, was holding Baloo in his arms, who was growling softly at the monster, but the noise of the running engine was muffling it. Hey, monster, look who we brought! The monster began to turn slowly. Kenneth caught his breath. The monster noticed Baloo in Kenneth's arms, let out an animal cry, and backed away, falling directly on the blades of the wound-up boat. Kenneth and Esme were splattered with the viscous, dark contents of a once powerful monster. Oh, good boy, Baloo. Mother and the people behind her, in police uniforms, ran to the noise near the shed. As soon as they saw the pier, they froze with terror in their eyes. One of the younger policemen ran out of the shed. There was the sound of his stomach emptying. Others just wrinkled their faces and covered noses with their hands. Kenneth, put that on the floor. Mom, Esme and I found Baloo. He helped us scare the monster that had attacked her. Let go of Baloo. Brenda walked over to Kenneth and helped him to put the fetid body of Baloo on the ground, and then took him to the door and closed it so that he would no longer look at the pier. Mom, I got worms crawling all over my hands. Kenneth cried. It's okay. Let's shake your hands. Brenda was trying to calm Kenneth and herself, despite what she just saw. Police radios were buzzing. Where's Esme? Where was Baloo taken to? Get Dad to send everyone away. Brenda began to cry. The police cars and the ambulance gathered around the plot of the Murphy family.